My name is Matt Ritter. I'm the General Manager of Superior Van and Mobility. We modify vehicles for wheelchair accessibility. That might include lower floor minivans, hand controls, spinner knobs, that type of equipment. The vehicle modification process starts when we receive the vehicle modification evaluation from the driver trainer or evaluator. Once I have that, we'll take a look at it and see what it is that they're asking for, and then make sure that whatever is on there applies to the vehicle that they're going to buy. Once we've done that, we actually will fill out the codes that Voc Rehab has that determines the pricing that they'll pay for each of those codes. So we'll fill all of that out. Once that is complete, we will fax that along with if the customer is purchasing a vehicle. Sometimes the VMEs will have stuff that we're going to add to a customer's existing vehicle, or if they're going to purchase a vehicle from us that we're going to modify, we will include a purchase order of that chassis that they're buying, and then we will fax that so that they have what they need to begin the process for them to start the process of the authorization. So once we receive the authorization from the counselor, we go ahead and order all the parts that were necessary from the VME. Once those parts come in, we'll put the vehicle on the schedule and we'll begin the build or the upfit of that vehicle. Once we have everything installed on the vehicle itself, we will schedule an inspection from the mechanical inspector, and we will have the evaluator, the driver trainer, come out, as well as the mechanical inspector. And the mechanical inspector will do what we call the mechanical inspection, and then the evaluator will do a functional inspection. So the mechanical inspection, he goes in and makes sure that everything that was on the vehicle modification evaluation is in the vehicle and installed, and then they just make sure that everything installed and correctly. That's step one. Step two would be, once after that's complete, then the driver trainer will come in with the client and do a functional inspection and just make sure that the customer can use the product as they thought it was going to, and to go for a test drive or whatnot to make sure everything's working and that we don't need to make any adjustments. And then once both of those steps are complete and finalized, then the customer is able to go ahead and take possession of that vehicle and leave with their product. When we are finished with the job and everything has been signed off by the mechanical inspector and the functional inspector, and the customers take possession and everyone is happy with the product, at that point, there's two pieces of paper that need to be signed, one by the mechanical inspector and one by the evaluator, and they just sign off saying that yes, everything is complete and everybody's satisfied. We take those two items and we have our own form that we send to the counselor, and that says that they received our invoice. They send that back to us so that way we have it for our record, and then they go ahead and process the bill at that point, and we just wait until they decide to go ahead and send us the payment. There are many different types of vehicles that can be converted. If the customer has just their own, maybe a car or a minivan or something like that, that doesn't require higher level modifications, maybe we're just adding spinner knobs, hand controls, maybe a scooter lift or something like that, that would be, as long as the vehicle accepts that type of conversion, they can use it. Of the lower floor conversions, you can do side entry or you can do rear entry. So those are just different options, and that's just basically determined on the individual, what they're going to use and how they plan on using that vehicle. Other conversions are like pickup trucks. If someone needs something, for work, they need a four-wheel drive or a higher ground clearance or whatnot, they can go with trucks, and there are different conversions that we can add to those. We just encourage the individual, if they have the vehicle, that's fine. They can ask us, if it's something that we can do for it. If they do not own a vehicle, we always encourage them not to go out and buy something until they finish up or get at least 3/4 of the way through their evaluation with the driver trainer. That way they don't go out and buy something that cannot be converted or cannot be converted to what they need. The most popular is probably going to be the minivans, because you can use them, there's multi-purpose. You can use them for all kinds of different things. So you can you can drive from a power chair if you wanted, or manual chair, depending on the type. You can transfer out of it. You can drive up the ramp in a power chair, manual chair, transfer out of your chair, get into a transfer seat base, or you can just ride in the chair in the middle if you want. So there's multiple uses for the lower floor minivans. That's why they're the most popular. Depending on the individual's abilities is what determines what type of modification they need. So if someone is able to ambulate, and maybe they just need a chair or scooter for long distances, then maybe they would go with something like a Bruno product, which is a crane style. There's a couple different versions of it, but essentially it just picks up the chair or scooter itself. It's what we call unoccupied lift. Depending on, again, what type of vehicle it is and what type of device we're picking up, then maybe a Bruno Meridian or Outsider might work for that, which is a type that goes into a trailer hitch. If it's something they want to keep inside to keep it out of the weather and the vehicle will accommodate, then you might be looking at like a Bruno Curbsider or a Bruno Joey that will actually pick up the chair or scooter and put it in the vehicle on its own. And at that point, the customer, after they close the rear hatch, they go over to the driver or passenger side of the vehicle so that they can take off. Advice that I would have to new voc rehab counselors that are getting into the industry is, one, know that there's a lot out there when it comes to vehicle modifications. So it's very important to have a good relationship, or at least a contact person in the vehicle mod business. So when they have something that comes across from a VME, a vehicle modification evaluation from a driver trainer, when they look at it, that they know that they've got someone they can give a call and we can help them out and explaining what it might be and kind of guide them through the process. So it's good to be able to give us a call and just say, hey, we received this. I know the customer has said that they want to go to you. What do you need from me? And then just have that open line of communication.